Hello NBA fans, every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I'm counting on you to subscribe to the channel and leave your Austin Reaves situation is worrying for Lakers fans because he will be a free agent in 2026, and because he commands a very high salary, it will be difficult for the Lakers to re-sign him. Reaves is a great forward and the Lakers' third leading scorer, but losing him for free will be crucial, so the best option would be to trade him to another NBA team and bring in new high-caliber players. A multiplayer trade is suggested, sending Austin Reaves to their biggest rival, the Golden State Warriors. It has been an extremely slow offseason for the Golden State Warriors as they continue to await an end to the saga between them and restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga. For Kuminga, it has been reported that he has turned down the Warriors' contract offer, and while other teams have offered him a contract in free agency, they have failed to meet Golden State's high asking price that would allow them to acquire him via a sign-and-trade. While waiting for Kuminga's situation to come to an end, the Warriors have missed out on a ton of free agent targets, and they have also failed to make any additions to their roster outside of the 2025 draft. Warriors, Jazz, and Lakers predicted to pull off blockbuster three-team trade with this in mind. Sports Illustrated's Alan Goldsher recently released a blockbuster three-team trade would send Kuminga to the Utah Jazz while the Warriors would land Austin Reaves from the Los Angeles Lakers. In the trade, the Warriors would land Austin Reaves from the Lakers, the Jazz would acquire Kuminga and a 2030 first-round pick from Golden State and Rui Hachimura and a 2029 first-round pick from the Lakers. For Los Angeles, they would land Lauri Markkanen from the Jazz, adding another star player alongside LeBron James and Luka Doncic. Of course, like Goldsher mentioned, there would likely need to be more players involved in this deal to match salaries, and it is very likely that more draft capital would also need to be involved. While that may be the case, this trade could work out well for every team involved, as the Lakers would land another star while the Jazz would add a young forward in Kuminga to help with their rebuild. For the Warriors, adding Reaves would be a massive boost to their lineup, and he and Stephen Curry would create a deadly offensive backcourt. Despite this, the Lakers have shown no interest in moving on from Reaves this offseason, though that could change if they were able to land another star player like Markkanen. With the addition of Reaves to their star trio of Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green, the Warriors could be a serious contender next season as long as they clean up a few more areas on their roster, especially the center position. Lakers urged to cut ties with skilled 6'8" wing after $165 million Luka Doncic news. The Los Angeles Lakers graciously handed a 3-year, $165 million contract extension to their 26-year-old superstar Luka Doncic on Saturday, officially ushering in a new era of Lakers basketball. Doncic's agreement to the deal came in the midst of a productive summer for the Lakers, as the franchise also welcomed a few new faces into the fold to support both he and 21-time All-Star LeBron James in 2025-26. Even after their acquisitions of former number 1 overall pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, DeAndre Ayton, and 2022 Defensive Player of the Year winner, Marcus Smart in free agency, the Lakers could have another massive decision left to make. Los Angeles's general manager Rob Pelinka will surely be exploring each and every opportunity to improve the team's rotation, and recent updates have indicated that their 6-year veteran forward Rui Hachimura could be dealt to address some of the team's glaring deficiencies. Rui Hachimura is not a terrible basketball player, Clutch Points RB Hayek wrote Friday afternoon. Despite this, Hachimura is still possibly one of the Lakers' trade candidates. The only scenario that sees the Lakers trade Hachimura would include a major need for a top-tier player, or someone who can win the board battle. Because they already have James, Doncic, and Reaves as shooters, the need for another one is not high. The 27-year-old former number 9 overall pick in the 2019 NBA Draft by the Washington Wizards contributed 13.1 points and 5.0 rebounds while connecting on a blistering 41.3% of his three-point attempts in 2024-25, but his wonderful campaign might not save him from eventually being placed on the Lakers' trade block. Hachimura's versatile skill set and lethal accuracy from distance provided plenty of support for the Lakers' generational tandem of Doncic and James, But his lack of rebounding and size could be the cause of his hypothetical departure from the team. With the Lakers aiming to contend for titles in the immediate aftermath of Doncic's commitment to the franchise, Hachimura is a valuable asset that could net a solid return in a deal. The Lakers averaged 42.4 rebounds as a collective last season, ranking as the number 26 team in the association on the boards. Stephen A. Smith says it cannot be disputed LeBron James must leave LA Lakers to win title, it has got to a point. Stephen A. Smith has made a big claim about LeBron James leaving the LA Lakers to potentially win the title on another team. The 40-year-old took the player option on his LA Lakers contract, which led many to believe that he could be leaving the team. He was linked to teams like the Dallas Mavericks and even other Eastern Conference sides, but the four-time champion seems likely to finish the 2025-26 season as a Laker. However, ESPN analyst Stephen A. Smith has stated that it would only make sense for LeBron James to move to another team as he would have a better chance of winning a championship there. SAS thinks James has a better chance of winning a championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers. James won his only championship with the Lakers in 2020, and since then things have not gone well for him and the team in the playoffs. His agent Rich Paul made a statement to announce his opt-in and stated there that the 21-time All-Star wanted to continue competing for a championship while he was still playing. While the Lakers have made good moves, Smith revealed joining the Cleveland Cavaliers would give James a better chance to win it all. He said, "It has got to a point where I think it warrants you, bro. Why don't you just come back to Cleveland to end your career?" Steph Curry could become teammates with sharpshooter family member. Warriors eye 3 more potential signings. This cannot be disputed. He'd have a better chance of winning the championship in Cleveland. The road through the Western Conference is arduous, to say the least. In the Eastern Conference, New York's got a new coach. Questions about their depth. Damian Lillard is no longer in Milwaukee. He's back in Portland. So what help do you have with Giannis? Jason Tatum is out for the year with an Achilles tear. Halliburton is out for the year. With 4 championships, James is already one of the best players the league has ever seen, but winning another title would put him in a tier with players like Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan. You bring the chip back to Cleveland, and you say goodbye, tying 5-time champion Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, and the crew. That ain't happening if you stay in LA 'cause you ain't coming out of the West, Smith added. Cavaliers would have to give up a lot in a trade for James. James is arguably one of the best players in the Cavaliers' franchise history as he led them to their only championship in 2016. A finish in Cleveland would be the perfect farewell for King James, but a lot of things would have to fall into place for that. The Cavs would have to give up a lot of their assets to get what could be the final year of his career. This would block their development by a few years and does not seem like a move their front office would make. They would be more than happy to welcome him to the team as a free agent, which can only happen next year, unless he agrees to a contract buyout with the Lakers, but that is unlikely to happen. NBA schedule leaks: LeBron James and Lakers to host Stephen Curry and Warriors on opening night. Some of the marquee regular season games for the 2025-26 NBA season are starting to leak as the Los Angeles Lakers will reportedly be hosting the Houston Rockets on Christmas Day. That matchup came as a bit of a surprise as many expected the Lakers to either play the Dallas Mavericks on Christmas Day due to the budding rivalry since the Luka Doncic trade, or the Golden State Warriors given the longtime rivalry between LeBron James and Stephen Curry. The Lakers traveled to take on the Warriors on Christmas Day last year though, so the NBA clearly wanted to switch things up. James and Curry's first matchup will still be a marquee one, however, with Shams Charania of ESPN reporting LA will host Golden State on opening night. The Lakers snapped a 6-game losing streak on opening night when they beat the Minnesota Timberwolves at Crypto.com Arena, so they will be looking to do the same this year against the Warriors to create a win streak and some momentum. It remains to be seen who will be on the court for Golden State that night as they are the only team in the league that has yet to make a move this offseason. They are waiting for Jonathan Kuminga's restricted free agency to get sorted out but have been linked to some veterans the Lakers also had reported interest in like Al Horford and DeAnthony Melton. Regardless though, James and Curry will be the headliners of this matchup. They have faced off against each other 27 times in the regular season in their careers, with LeBron winning 14 of them. Considering how strong the Western Conference is this year, the NBA did not put any Eastern Conference teams on opening night, as the first matchup will feature the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder hosting the new-look Rockets. That will see Kevin Durant returning to Oklahoma City on the night they raise their first championship banner. Lakers star Luka Doncic looking to prove doubters wrong. The Lakers hosting the Warriors on opening night will also be the start of Luka Doncic's first full season in purple and gold. After an offseason in which he completely transformed his body to get in better shape, Doncic is looking to prove all of the doubters wrong this upcoming season. Lakers assistant coach claims Luka Doncic has made a move that will help him make a Michael Jordan-esque leap. Luka Doncic has gone viral due to his body transformation, which bodes well for the Los Angeles Lakers. Assistant coach Nate McMillan believes this is a huge step in the right direction for the superstar guard. The Los Angeles Lakers have a big 2025-26 season coming up, as they have a resurgent Luka Doncic on their roster. The Slovenian guard has been hard at work with his off-season training, as he looks like a refreshed player. He looks healthier now, which bodes well for their season. The biggest issue Doncic had in earlier seasons was his conditioning. With the work he has done, Doncic could be in shape and prepared for a big season. Lakers assistant coach Nate McMillan is ecstatic for Doncic. He even compared the 26-year-old to Michael Jordan, which is a significant boost to anyone's ego. The Doncic and Jordan comparison. During the 1980s, Jordan was already reaching superstardom. Most people would have taken Earvin Magic Johnson and Larry Bird over him. However, there were only a few players who could stay on Jordan's level at the time. In the late 1980s, Jordan was on his way to becoming the league's best player. Unfortunately, he could not achieve success in the postseason. He and the Chicago Bulls kept running into the Detroit Pistons, the constant thorn in their side. The Pistons even had the infamous Jordan rules, playing extra physical basketball against them. Chicago's superstar did his best to buff up and committed to staying in the weight room. That was a huge boost, as he overcame the Pistons' lockdown defense, which McMillan compared to Doncic. Just his talent. His ability to get off his shot, score. I think he's probably the best one-on-one player in the game right now. He can get off his shot against anybody. Whether you try to pressure him or you put a small guy to try and disrupt him, McMillan said about Doncic's game on the Sports Shop. He looks fantastic. With everything that happened in the past year, it's a challenge for him. I've seen this before in the NBA with players who come into the league. It's just like Michael Jordan. Michael made the comment years ago that the Pistons just beat him up. He had to get into the weight room. It's the same thing with Luka. You've played a certain way for a number of years. You've been successful doing it. But, if you want to be successful and improve, you have to continue to improve your game and work on your body. The Lakers will likely have a strong 2025-26 season. The Western Conference is even more stacked in the 2025-26 season. Defending champions Oklahoma City Thunder are the favorites to win, but they will have strong competition. The Denver Nuggets and Minnesota Timberwolves are likely the best rivals. However, the Lakers are the dark horse, especially with their improved roster. Doncic is in better shape, so he will be healthier for the entire year. DeAndre Ayton is with the Lakers now, and he will be Doncic's primary pick-and-roll partner. LeBron James is still with the Lakers, and he will continue to be a superstar even in his 40s. J.J. Redick's Lakers team are a dark horse, and the NBA community should be wary. This is a Lakers team that is ready to pull off some big upsets. With Doncic as the star player, that is always a possibility. Lakers roster has glaring flaw that could derail Doncic's title hopes. The corner three crisis is real. The Los Angeles Lakers have Luka Doncic, and as great of a basketball player as he is, the roster around him does not provide the shooters that he desperately needs. It is that simple. Unfortunately, if they do not fix that glaring need fast, they will most likely risk squandering the prime of one of the most gifted offensive creators in the game. Lakers are wasting Luka Doncic's greatest gift. Doncic has been an absolute wizard with the ball his entire time in the NBA. He has led the league in generating corner three-point attempts throughout his career, according to an article published by ESPN. That shot, high efficiency, high value, is one of the most important in modern basketball. But in Los Angeles, it is sadly going largely to waste. The ESPN article goes on to state that only Rui Hachimura, Jake LaRavia, and Dalton Knecht have made corner threes at an above-average rate. That is it. That is the entire list. You look at that, and you do not exactly see a lineup that puts fear in opposing defenses. This could be a major problem going into next year. There is no doubt that Doncic will still get his numbers, especially with the way he looks currently. Doncic still pulls defenses apart in many different ways, but the Lakers need to make sure they capitalize on their open looks. When opponents do not have to respect shooters in the corners, it tightens spacing. Lane gets clogged, and life gets harder for everyone. The real frustration? This is preventable. The Lakers just are not equipped, at least not at the moment. With that being said, there are no easy fixes. The team is hard-capped at the first apron and has only $2.3 million to work with. Still, one name makes a lot of sense, and that is Seth Curry. Curry, as of writing this, is a free agent. He has hit over 43% from deep in his career. Last season, he quietly knocked down 45% of his threes as a member of the Charlotte Hornets. What is most impressive is that over the past 5 years, he has ranked 9th in corner three-point percentage, minimum 100 attempts. That is elite. Curry does not need 30 minutes a night. Just enough to keep defenses honest and give Doncic space to operate. If, however, he is out of reach financially, then the burden will shift to J.J. Redick, the Lakers head coach and one of the best pure shooters of his generation. Redick has to help unlock something in the Lakers players. LaRavia should be able to thrive under his schemes. Knecht needs to find a way to bounce back. Other guys will need to step up, and Redick needs to help them with that. If those guys can't become some real threats, the truth is they are just placeholders at the end of the day. That will just not cut it, not in a stacked Western Conference. Lakers linked to 2 potential trade targets. The Los Angeles Lakers have had a solid NBA offseason thus far. Rob Pelinka has added some quality outside talent, while also being able to work out a new 3-year, $165 million extension with Luka Doncic that includes a player option. Among the moves to bring in new talent, the Lakers added Jake LaRavia, DeAndre Ayton, and Marcus Smart. Will that be enough to contend in the Western Conference? It's possible that Los Angeles could look to make more moves before the end of the offseason. One possible area to target for improvement is perimeter shooting. Adding more shooting around Doncic and LeBron James would be a wise decision. With 2 superstars leading the way, spacing the floor will be crucial. Read more. Carmelo Anthony drops bombshell about Lakers and Kobe Bryant. To that end, ESPN has suggested a couple of potential names the Lakers could target. The Lakers probably could acquire players such as Grayson Allen, 10th, and Sam Hauser, 12th, in trades without too much fuss if they wanted, the article read. Both of those players would be quality depth additions for Los Angeles. Neither would cost an arm and a leg to acquire should their respective teams be open to the idea of trading them. Hauser is coming off of a 2024-25 NBA season with the Boston Celtics that saw him play in 71 games and make 19 starts. He averaged 8.5 points, 3.2 rebounds, and 0.9 assists per game, while shooting 45.1% from the floor and a sizzling 41.6% from three-point range. Allen, on the other hand, played last season with the Phoenix Suns. He appeared in 64 games and made 7 starts, while averaging 10.6 points per game to go along with 3 rebounds and 2.1 assists. In addition, he made 44.8% of his overall shots and 42.6% of his three-point attempts. Read more. Celtics Jaylen Brown's shocking pick for toughest NBA player to guard. While there is no guarantee that the Lakers would have any interest in those 2 players, they're worth keeping an eye on. Either of them would improve the team's all-around offense. They could come in off the bench and focus on spot-up three-point shooting. Pelinka has made a few moves that should make Los Angeles a better team. However, in order to have a chance at winning a championship, the Lakers might need to do a little bit more.